Hey there. Sorry. Hey there. It is your friend Chris Luck. I'm the creator of AIville, which is the largest community on the internet for people like you and myself who are learning how to use AI every single day. And in today's live stream, I first off want to ask you, if you are here live, let me know your name and where you're from, because I always like to just do a shout out to everybody that is in the AIville community that take time to be here on my YouTube channel, which is still brand new. And today we are going to talk about and work together on how to swap any object and any image using AI. And I'm going to show you how to do that using specifically Higgsfield AI, and more specifically, Higgsfield AI Canvas. So just to do a quick sound check to make sure that I am coming in loud and clear and that you can all see me and you can all hear me, just let me know in the chat so I can go ahead and make sure that we are good, because there's been some live streams I've done in the past where I would talk for like 5 minutes and then realize I was muted because I was having like a coughing attack because I was trying to, down like a chocolate milk before we got started. But it looks like we are okay. So my voice is really scratchy today, and I don't know why. What's up, Davit, coming from Dallas, and happy Monday to you, Bill. And we got Chip Sanity coming in from SoCal. We have Dre coming in from South Florida. We've got Wade coming in from San Diego. We've got Marshall all the way from Hawaii. Where are you at in Hawaii, Marshall? I've been in Hawaii one time before kids, and so we're talking 16 years ago or so, and went to a couple different places, but Maui was by far my favorite. I really want to get back there. Okay, looks like I'm coming in loud and clear. What's up, Wendy from Phoenix, and Mark coming from Tampa, Florida. We've got Wayne Fox coming all the way from Sydney, Australia, and we've got Greg over, which is my neighbor over in Missouri, not like next door neighbor, but pretty close. Maui. I'm so jealous that you're in Maui. That is awesome. So let's go ahead and thank you for all of you for taking the time to be here. We still have a lot of you coming in, and let me know where you're all coming from. So what's up, Joseph? Or I should say Joe. So let's go ahead and jump right into my screen here. For those of you that are new, I try to go live every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And then I like to always share what is just going on with AI and new tools that are coming out, new techniques on things that you can do with AI. The first week that I went live, I was every day I was teaching a different tool. So like how to use Grok 4, how to use Grok spicy mode, how to use ChatGPT 5, how to use Higgsfield Soul, how to, just all of that. And then now this week, what I'm going to do is an experiment, is I want to teach how to do very specific things with either a tool or a collection of tools. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about how to swap any object using any object in any image using AI. And let me just go ahead and jump out of, just so we don't have to look at that, that we don't have to see this guy getting hit in the face nonstop with a tomato. But we'll talk about where to go in just a second, because what I want to do is really make this an interactive live stream where we are working together. So together in this live stream, we will discover the big promise that you'll see today, which is you're going to be able to swap any object in seconds in any image live. And there's no Photoshop skills required. AI is going to do all the heavy lifting for you. And why this one skill matters so much is that editing used to take hours of pain, and now it's instant with Higgsfield Canvas. It's going to save you time and frustration. The reaction that you're going to get instantly is that you could post a swap that you do tonight on social media, and people will not even believe that it was even edited. And that's going to be the power of the skill that I'm going to try to hand down to you. And we're going to try to work through this together. And through this live stream, you're going to see proof that it works in real time, because I'm going to demo everything for you live. You're going to see how you can do swaps in seconds, and you can really watch reality just completely change on your screen. And why I think you need to learn this today is that AI is moving faster than ever, and you should really get ahead before everyone else does. And when you do, you'll be the only one that's really going to be standing out. And it looks like we're still having a lot of you in the AIville community coming in. We have Wendy Weber coming from Phoenix, and we have Michael coming from Colorado. We have, what's up, Jessica, also over neighboring to me in St. Louis. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the painful truth that no one wants to admit when it comes to not just AI in general, but how to do what you're about to see. The old way of editing photos and then doing like product placements and things like that really sucks because there's hours of just wasted time that's on Photoshop. There's endless frustration and stress. Nobody wants that anymore. And the fake experts out there, they like to lie to you because they want to sell you easy courses for cash for them. They promise you shortcuts and things that just never work. And then they just build careers on your confusion. And the overwhelm when it comes to trying to learn AI is really what destroys momentum. There's too many steps, there's too much jargon. People quit before they see any results, and that overwhelm is really the real enemy. So, the truth that sets you free today is that editing does not have to be hard. You don't need to be an expert. AI is going to put the power back in your hands. And the simple promise that I always make on all my live streams is that I'm still learning how to use AI every day myself. And in doing so, instead of trying to just learn it in private, I'm going live every day on YouTube. I want to show you what I'm learning, and then hopefully we can learn together. And my mission is always just to make this stuff fast, fun, and just really easy to understand. So, getting into, again, if you're just now getting here, how to swap any object in any image using AI. If you want to follow along with me, I'll give you the link to where you can get access to this tutorial that you see me going through here on the left. So, step one is where the fun actually begins. What I recommend doing is going to Higgsfield Canvas. To get there, there's a long URL called higgsfield.ai/edit model equals canvas. Or if you want to go the easy route, just go to higgsfield.ai. And then at the very top, you're going to see canvas. You move your mouse over canvas, and then you'll see there's product. There's this new thing called inpaint. There's a new thing called multi-reference. Again, there's always new stuff coming out with AI, especially when it comes to video and images. So we're just going to click on product, and that's going to take you to Higgsfield AI Canvas. Now, from here, what you're going to want to do is actually upload an image to the center of the screen that you want to have some fun with. So I recommend right now, if you can, find a photo on your phone, find a photo on your computer, maybe transfer the photo from your phone to your computer. If you don't have any photos nearby, just go to your Facebook, go to your Instagram, wherever you might have a photo already, and then just download it, like drag it from Facebook to your computer, and then you'll have something to play with because it's going to be a lot more fun if we do this together. So I'm going to go ahead and hit upload image, and I'm just going to upload an image that I just took right before this live stream because here, I'll just pull it up full screen so you can see what it is. This is it. So this is me in my office, and what I was trying to think of something that I could do where I could hold something in my hand, and then it's almost like a prop, because whenever you want to start doing like product swaps and swap things in and out of your pictures using AI, if you're going to do it yourself and it's going to be a picture of you or, your pet or your kids or grandkids or parents or whatever, you want to plan ahead and almost have something staged. So a prop, and it needs to be something that is easy enough for you to be able to kind of paint over. So you'll see what I mean in a second. Okay, so that is the image that I uploaded. Now, once you've done that, you wait for the image to load in the canvas, which I did. Wait for the image to load in the canvas. And yeah, Wendy says, when we teach, we just have to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the class. That's for sure. And I always feel like I'm just ahead enough because I keep up with what's going on in AIville every day. And I see what's trending. I see what people are talking about. I see all the prompts and the tools people are using, and I get really excited about it. So then I take the time to put together these tutorials for all of you. And then I just go live on YouTube. So people that are not familiar with AIville they still try or want to learn about AI. That's why I'm live on YouTube, and I go live every day, because I just kind of like pick something that's fun to me that I want to learn. And then I just go live on YouTube and talk about it. So I hope everyone likes it so far. I'm enjoying it. I know that. And I even though I took Saturday and Sunday off, I really wanted to go live so bad on Saturday and Sunday, because it's like I missed being here. I felt like we have like our little family that we're building already on the live streams, and I want to keep it going. And also at any point during this live stream, if you're new here, or even if you're an existing member, hit like on this live stream, because then I can go back and see if you actually genuinely like this content or not. And then if I get a lot of likes on certain live streams, I'm going to make more content kind of like that. Okay, so step 2 is going to be to replace anything in seconds. So what you're going to do is highlight an object. So like I said, we have this microphone here, right? That I was holding in my hand. You want to brush over the microphone on, or anything in the image that you want gone. There's no precision really needed right now. You're just going to paint and let AI handle it. So I'm going to zoom in. If you want to zoom in, if you're following along, I'm on a Mac. I hold the control button down on a Mac. I don't know what that would be on a PC. If someone in the chat wants to let me know, I will let you I will let you all know if you're on a PC what that is. But if you hold the control button down on a Mac, then you can scroll up. Oops, sorry, I'm painting already. You can zoom in with your mouse. So I'm holding down control and if I'm scrolling down, I'm zooming out. If I'm moving in, I'm scrolling in. So it just is going to allow you to be, and then you can let off your control button, and then you click on this thing that looks like a little paintbrush. And when it's highlighted, I can now kind of paint over this microphone. Okay. So I'm just kind of covering up the microphone. And now I'll go ahead and hold control and zoom out. So the microphone is now painted. So then what you can do from here, there's a couple ways we can go about changing out something in the photo. You can either tell AI what you want to add. So if you don't have a picture of something you want to put in your hand, like I don't know, like a product that you have or something goofy or, something like that, then you can actually just draw the mask like we just did with the paintbrush, and then you tell AI in a prompt. We will do it both ways so you can see how it works. And you can see how accurate it is both ways. So you could type in a dog, a car, a dragon. I wouldn't recommend putting things in that you're going to change out that is not proportionately accurate. So if I said, change the microphone to a car, it's not going to look right, And then you can then watch some magic happen. So again, we'll do this in 2 different ways, but I just want you to know when you do this, you are going to have to wait for the new images to generate. It usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes because there's a lot of heavy lifting going on behind the scenes here. And then you can preview the generated versions. You can download your favorite one. And thanks, Waleed. Waleed says on Windows, it's the same. So you hold down the control button on Windows, and then you can mouse scroll up, and that'll allow you to zoom in if you'd like to zoom in. Jessica also said you can do control and the plus or minus button to zoom in and out. That's even better, actually. See, that's what I like about the community, is that you all hop in, and I'm learning from all of you. So it is a lot of fun. And thank you I see a couple likes were coming in when I asked if you do like this kind of stuff, like the video. So I appreciate it. Okay, so now that we have the microphone highlighted, some of you give me, I don't want to come up with all this on my own. I want those of you in the live stream to contribute, because I look at this as we're learning together. What would be some things you think would be proportionately accurate that is safe for work that I could go ahead and change the microphone out with? Let me know in the chat. And while I'm waiting for you all to give me some ideas, if you're looking for ideas of what you could do, you could add one little hack that I like to do is I go to Google Images, and let's say if I want it to be, I don't know, I'm just looking around my office. Let's say instead of a microphone, let's say torch. I don't know why torch, but let's just say torch. So then I could go and type in torch, and then I can look at images, and then I can just find something that looks kind of like, oh, that'd be kind of fun to put that in my hand instead of a flashlight would be another one, instead of the microphone. And then what you could do is just find an image that you like and just drag and drop the image directly from Google Images to your computer. And it's going to be that way. It's going to actually look very photorealistic because it's an actual image of something. Or you could go to Amazon and find something on Amazon that would be fun. A lot of people that are doing this right now, where they're swapping products out inside of images, is more like product placement of products that they actually own. So like holding, a certain drink, or holding a perfume bottle, or holding, a bottle of supplements, or holding a handbag or something like that. So Okay, it looks like Bill says a hydrogen water bottle would be good. A water bottle, yeah, safe for work for sure. An ice cream cone. Okay, a lot of you are saying ice cream cone, and that I would be curious how it would come up with an ice cream cone. So something to think about is, and we'll get down to some tips too. Is that I could just say here. I could say change microphone to ice cream cone. I could do that, or if you want to be specific, you could say change microphone to uh, a waffle ice cream cone with 5 scoops of ice cream that are rainbow colored. Okay, so this is not having an image to actually upload. So this is just you telling it to do something. Okay, so then we're gonna hit generate. And then now what's gonna do is you'll see there's like this little moving box, or this kind of whatever, like a waiting image, an animation. It's generating 4 images. And this is where it could take 1 to 2 minutes, depending on how complex it's gonna be. So why we're waiting for this to generate, what's really cool with Higsfield is that we can run multiple instances at one time. So for instance, we'll go ahead and hit the plus sign again. I will drag my image back in. And then, oh, I like that one, Michael. Michael says a Halloween cocktail with the steam rising. That would be really cool. So speaking of Halloween, how about this? So I want to show you what it would be like if you want to like change your face to something. Okay, so let's say Halloween, you want to put a mask on. I could describe the type of mask that I would want, or I'm thinking there's a very scary clown called the Terrifier that I think is going to be really popular this year around Halloween. I used to really like dressing up like for Halloween, where I would get these like elaborate costumes from Etsy and everything. So let's in spirit of Halloween, if I type in Terrifier mask, these are pretty terrifying. So what I'll do is I will find one that is actually, I like to look at like larger size images. So let's find one that just looks, I don't know, kind of terrifying. So we will do this one right here. So I'm just going to download that image to my computer. And then I'm going to go back over to Higsfield, and then I'm going to zoom in. Oops. I'm going to zoom in on my hat, my face, just everything. Maybe my neck a little too, and see what it does. Okay, once you have it all covered, then we are going to upload an object. So this is, instead of just giving a prompt saying exactly what it is that you want, you can upload an object. So I'm just going to upload this Terrifier mask, and I will say change my face and hat with the, I'm just gonna say clown mask, and then we'll generate that. So then you'll see how accurate it may or may not be. Sometimes you can see I've been running some examples with this before I went live. Sometimes it gives you really terrible outputs, and it's okay. If it gives you really terrible outputs, you can always go back and keep changing it up if you want. Now, the thing with this image, my office, is that there's a lot going on in the background. So there's a lot that the AI is trying to look at and reference and all that, versus something that might be really simple is going to actually generate a lot faster. So why these are generating, there's 2 of them now we have in generation, and I'll show you some also that I've already generated here in a minute. But for step 3, how to make any photo go viral. So you can go, if you don't have ideas for what you want to do to the photo, to change it up, you can go to your favorite LLM, so large language model. I'll just say ChatGPT 5 because that's what a lot of people seem to be using right now. You can upload a photo that you want to replace an object with, and then you can ask it to give you like 20 viral object swap ideas. So a prompt that I've included in this tutorial, which I'll give you the link to at the end of this training, is that the prompt could be, I'm uploading a photo, I want to go viral on social media. I need you to give me 20 viral ideas of prompts I can use to swap a specific object in this photo with something else using the new Higgsfield AI Canvas. So you can just hit copy, and then we will jump over to ChatGPT, and then I will upload my office picture, and then I will actually say prompts that I can use to swap. I'll say swap out my monitor behind me in this photo with something else. And then what it'll do is when you're using this prompt, it knows what Higgsfield AI is capable of, and then what the canvas is capable of. So here it is. It's going to give me a ton of ideas. I could swap. My desktop turns into a matrix code waterfall, an old Windows 95 desktop with Clippy asking if you need help. That is actually funny because I have Clippy right. Where is he? Right here, right over my shoulder. A Fortnite Victory Royale screen, a giant FaceTime call with Bigfoot waving hello, NASA Livestream of Earth and Space, an Amazon order confirmation for 10,000 tacos, a TikTok feed scrolling endlessly on autoplay, a fake bank account showing a balance. So a lot of really cool things here. An access denied top secret. I like the idea of like a retro computer. So my first computer was I think it was a Tandy TRS-80 was my first computer. I think, let me type in Tandy TRS-80. Yep, this was my first computer. This is what got me into computers, was this thing right here. Now, I'm not going to use the actual image. I would love to have this computer, by the way, and just put it behind me, but I really truly considered this for my office that you see, but I didn't because it's so deep and it would take up way too much space. But it was a Radio Shack computer. So it was 1981 Tandy Radio Shack TRS-80 Model 3. That was the exact computer. Okay, so let's do this. So now we got an idea for an image or what to do there. So instead of cheating and downloading that image and saying, put this in place of my monitor, we're just going to go ahead and, I don't know, this is what's going to be really interesting because I don't know if it's going to look right because the depth is not right. But let's go ahead and just take this whole monitor. I'm highlighting the monitor and all of my markers behind it. And we are going to just say, change my monitor to a photorealistic 1981 Tandy Radio Shack TRS-80 Model 3. Okay. So then we will see how accurate that would be by giving it a very specific product that you don't have a picture of. Well, I could just easily just download that picture and put it in there. But we're just testing things out. So it looks like there's been some things that are actually been produced since I'm talking. So let's go ahead and take a look here to the Terrifier mask. This was pretty good. So this was me without the Terrifier mask. And then it's given me image 1, image 2, image 3, and image 4, which is pretty accurate to the mask that I actually uploaded. So I actually like that one where the eyes are black. So it looks like I'm actually just wearing a mask. That would take forever to do with Photoshop to actually get it to kind of wrap around my head and all that. And this is just very like 101 stuff with using Higgsfield, Canvas. Some more stuff we can do, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep going through the tutorial because I want to get to a lot of things that you can all do and some things to test. And then we'll just keep bouncing back and seeing the kind of stuff that I've done. Next is we could turn your actual struggles into masterpieces. So I've noticed when you're using this kind of stuff for the first time, it is very tricky. So what you can do is pick a photo with a very tricky object to replace and choose something that's hard it's not simple at all to replace, like faces, hands, or odd shapes are going to work really good. And really push yourself past just doing easy swaps, because just like when you're trying to learn anything, if you're trying to learn a new skill, if you're trying to learn a new sport, the harder of an environment you put yourself in, the better you're going to be versus just making things really easily. And then you can expect your first swap to really break because the AI is probably going to give you messy results at first. Shadows, or edges might look a little wrong, but that's really part of learning very, very fast. And I recommend too, why we're here, for those of you that are trying this stuff out live, let me know in the chat. Like, talk about things that you might be trying now, or things that you've already tried that were broken, that we could learn from, and share what went wrong in your edit. And then, because all fails out there are really going to earn respect in these live streams, because you're vulnerable enough to say what you didn't do. I'll tell you, my fails doing this kind of stuff is when I don't use words like photorealistic, if I don't use a descriptive photo, what do you call it? Like a photo prompt. If I just said ice cream cone versus saying a waffle cone with so many scoops, rainbow colored, you're just going to get very poor results. Now, the best way to use Higgsfield AI Canvas and swapping out products is, again, get the actual picture itself. And I'm actually, and you can do that by just going to Google Images. So for this, for instance, I'm just going to screenshot this computer, and then we will test in real time. So let me burn my credits and let me kind of experiment with all this, so then you can see what you might want to do and not do. So we are going to go back here, and we are going to upload my office again. And then, instead of describing the computer and then letting AI figure out what that computer is, I'm going to now zoom in by holding Control and scroll up on my scroll wheel. I'm going to highlight my whole monitor back here. By the way, I'm thinking about getting a bigger monitor. I don't like how there's so much empty space here. I could get like a 55-inch TV and put it there, and then I could show you more stuff like behind me whenever I go full screen. Because, I mean, look at this. Like, when I go full screen, what bothers me is this wall. Like, this wall, there's so much here that I could fill up with just a bigger screen that could have more to look at. That's me just being picky about the way my office looks for all of you, but we'll see if I end up getting one or not. So I highlighted the screen, and then I'm going to now upload that computer, and I will say, change my monitor out for this computer. So you don't have to use as much detailed prompting, because you're just given the exact image of what it is that you need. Okay, so now we have a few things going here. So you can see it'll take a while for these prompts to come through. So I always recommend put a couple in and let them kind of do their thing as you work through other stuff. Another thing is that you could celebrate the struggle, as progress. So every bad swap that you do means, you know what, you tried it. And guess what? Most people out there, and all your friends and family and people on social media, they're not taking the time to try this. So go ahead and laugh along with us, because these chaotic edits can turn really bad. And I'll show you a couple big failures as well. And I'm going to show you how you can fix a fail live with me right now. And when I actually put in the prompt to generate the Radio Shack Tandy TRS-80 Model 3, that is, I think, is actually going to be a big fail. And then together we can fix it by then uploading a real photorealistic version, and then you'll see how that would actually turn out. So it looks like Dre says my megaphone with ice swap came up with ice cream cone on top of the megaphone. And yeah, and that's that I'm glad you mentioned that, because I had issues like that too whenever I was actually trying to I didn't realize I could zoom in, because there's no cheat codes here that show you hold down Control and plus press up and down on your keyboard or scroll up. So a cheat code would be like, if I'm zoomed out, and then I'm trying to paint my microphone, you're going to cover too much of the microphone. Whereas if you zoom in a lot, you can be extremely detailed with just covering exactly what you need, and then not the things that you don't need. So the more time that you take to really be I like to use the term pixel perfect, the better of a result you're going to get. Some cheat codes that will level up your results, and then I'll get to some really bad ones that I've done with my daughters and everything, is cheat codes that'll level up your results. So using precise prompts for better swaps. So you can add small details like color or size. Like I mentioned with the ice cream, instead of just saying ice cream cone or mug, you could say red coffee mug. Think of specific words that will actually guide AI and replace objects that fit the scene. So again, try to choose items that match up with the context. So swap a chair with a sofa, not like a rocket. Realistic edits will always fool the eye. So try to think about something where if someone is scrolling on social media, assuming you're going to do this to just have fun with sharing on social media, people are going to just be like, whoa, how'd you do that? Like, that's what you need to think about doing. Like, what would be really good swaps to do? And really refine your prompt too. If it looks wrong, then if the first swap isn't good enough, add more detail in the text box, or tweak often will really fix your issue, and save multiple versions of your edit. So keep all the swaps that you generate, compare them side by side, and always pick the strongest ones to use. Looking at some really bad ones here. So the very first one that I did was I was at a softball tournament, and then I was holding the you see what whatever I want, the belt, the championship belt, and I was like, I wish it would show me when I click on these past edits that it would actually show the prompt that I use, but it doesn't for some reason. I wish it would. But the prompt I used was change belt to alligator, like I'm holding an alligator. And I wasn't detailed. I didn't upload a picture of an alligator, and the results were super weird. Like, I don't know what these are, what kind of alligators these are, but they are, it's very disturbing, like the pictures that it was actually generating. So, I mean, what it didn't know, it didn't know. So that was my very first edit that I did, was this creepy looking, like, I mean, I guess I could stop somebody where people would be like, the hell are you holding? Or what is that? Or where'd you find that? And same with like the first prompts I was trying with my daughter. I took her fishing and she caught a nice sized bass. And then I was like, I just said, change fish to shark. That's all I knew what to tell it to do. And and that was the first shark. This was the second shark. This was the third shark. And this was the fourth shark. So not great. Same with my other daughter. I said, change. She caught a little bit smaller of a bass, but hey, at least teaching the kids how to catch fish. Her fish was a little smaller. But I said, change fish to octopus. And this was the first octopus. This was the second one. This was the third one. And this was the fourth one. So then I'm like, okay, before I realized what actual image dimensions would be like, how I mentioned, instead of changing a fish to a car, I mean, obviously you don't want to do that. I went and found a picture of a shark and upload a shark. And then for my daughter, I figured I'll go ahead and just say, change this fish to the shark. And then I just upload a picture of a shark. But the shark that I chose was like a great white shark. So it was getting a little bit better, but it does look like it's kind of, I don't know, like 8th grade Microsoft Paint or Photoshop, like just putting like a toy shark in her hand. But the shark that I did upload the picture of it did actually look like that. So I actually just chose something that almost kind of looked like a toy, but it did a good job explaining what it is that I need to do. With the octopus, I actually found a picture of an octopus, and then I went and said, just change a fish for an octopus. And again, it would make you like think twice, or people are scrolling, seeing that she's, at a little pond, and then she pulled out this octopus and looks kind of scared. So the more time that you take to find reference images that would be accurate, the better. There is a really crazy thing I'm going to do tomorrow on tomorrow's live stream, which we'll get to, because there's going to be information I should not be sharing live. And I was trying to think about what would be a fun thumbnail image to use. And I thought it'd be fun to either use the Joker face from Dark Knight when Heath Ledger was the Joker in Dark Knight, or the anonymous hacker mask. So this wasn't too bad. I didn't upload a photo, but I just said change. I highlighted my face and I said change my face to the Joker from Dark Knight, and it wasn't bad. Like for people that are probably scrolling quickly on YouTube, then I could pick one of these, and it actually even gave me like a little bit of hair from under my hat. You can't really see that, but if you zoom in, it gave me some like green hair from under my hat, and I didn't give it a reference image. And I just highlighted my face, and then it put that Joker face on me, and that was the actual paint, the style of his face from Dark Knight, from the anonymous hacker guy or the anonymous hacker group. I just said change my face to the anonymous, or no, first I found a picture of the anonymous hacker face, and then I just swapped it out, and it looked pretty darn realistic, and even it not only put a hood on me, but the lighting that was hitting my hat, because I have this like light, it's called like a hair light. It's, because you can see my hair, right? But it's a hair light that kind of puts like light on top of me, and it recognized that and actually did the proper lighting with this hood. And then it even made one where it was like looking at the mat or looking at what was in my hand. So I could pick one of these, and then when I find one that I like, so let's say this one's pretty good looking, then I could actually then highlight the microphone, and then I could slowly start making modifications where I'm like changing one thing at a time. So this is something that you could do. Instead of uploading a mask, I asked it to just go ahead and change my face to the anonymous hacker face. And this is what it did. So it looked a little more cartoony, but it did know what I was talking about. So this would be me not uploading a reference image, just it doing it by itself. And then this was me uploading a reference image. So you can see how much more detail there is to the mask. So that's something to think about too, especially coming around with Halloween. You could do a lot of fun things with this. And let's see here. I'm also going to be talking about Grok 4 tomorrow, which I'll talk to you about at the end of this live stream. And I thought, why not just tell Higgsfield Canvas to change out my microphone with a bobblehead of Elon Musk. And I went and found just a picture of the bobblehead. So this was the bobblehead, and this is what it did. Pretty darn accurate of the image, that I uploaded. And it gave me 4 of them. So, I mean, there's some that are better than others, but it even made the bobblehead, and it put lighting on the bobblehead from the hair light above me. So it tracked all that, and it even made it accurate in terms of the proper size and dimensions of a bobblehead. So this is how you can really take things to a crazy level by just being smart about what it is that you could put in your hands or in the background that would be kind of accurate. Let's see here. So the computer, when I asked it to do the Tandy TRS-80 behind me without uploading a reference photo, it looks like that just came in, and not a Tandy TRS-80, but that is a pretty wild looking computer. So that's the first one. This is the second one. I mean, it came up with ideas for computers that don't exist, and it somehow fit it on my shelf, which that is pretty cool. Pretty insane that it's actually coming up with this stuff. And this is actually a lot of fun, because now I'm trying to think of other things that I might just change, and just for messing around on what could be around, on my thumbnail images. So then when I upload the actual real photo of the Tandy TRS-80, and I said just change my monitor out with this computer, I didn't even say what it was, just this computer. And that was, if you remember, the computer was this right here. So let's see what that looks like, because it looks like that just came in. And pretty good. Not the best, but it is pretty good. Here, you can't see it. Let me go to another one. It moved where the floppy disks were. They were on the right, and they've moved them to the left. Let's check another one. That one was on the right. So it's not exactly accurate, but it does look like a very more photorealistic type thing behind me. Now that I'm thinking about this, there's a lot of ideas of what I want to put on my back wall, but I just haven't done it. So I might actually use Higgsfield Canvas for helping me almost come up with different ideas and things. Because I was another thing I was thinking about doing is like a retro TV wall of a bunch of like old TVs and stuff behind me, and I could, instead of photoshopping it in, put it into this and then see what it would come out with. Okay, so Mark says, so what will all this be good for? That's a great question. This will all be very good for people that are actually creators and doing stuff, let's say on YouTube or any social media where they have to come up with thumbnail images. Doing things to just change things a little bit in the thumbnail image to do split testing will be really good. Another thing would be doing like product placement shots. So for people that have jewelry and different things like that, that they would like to design or have images and use AI images where they would create, like, let's say they're AI influencers, and then they would want to put like their necklace or their hat on that influencer. They could do that. Pretty much everything where people would do product swaps in Photoshop, you could actually not have to use Photoshop anymore. Now, as far as like the community, this would actually be a great thing to ask ChatGPT. So here, I will just say, let me see if I can use this dictate mode. I always wonder if it'll listen or not. Say allow. Can you let me know what would be the top 20 best use cases for using Higgsfield AI's Canvas to swap objects that are in existing pictures? Okay. So this is where I'm not the expert. Like, I have some good ideas, like what I mentioned, because I know what I'm going to be using it for. But it looks like some good use cases would be like pop culture swaps. So replacing objects with trending memes, celebrities, or viral icons. Like you could have your coffee cup become Baby Yoda. Fantasy and sci-fi crossovers, miniaturized worlds, animal replacements. You could turn objects into unexpected animals. Cartoon mashups, glitch reality effects, food humor, historical surprises, unexpected brand collabs, movie scene inserts, concept art prototyping, interior design previews. So this is getting into really good professional use cases. Fashion and accessory testing, custom product mockups, album or poster covers, e-commerce product placement. That's one of the things I did mention. Advertising variations, social proof magic, personal branding and content creation, event and seasonal marketing. And it's like Higgsfield Canvas isn't just a gimmick, it's a viral engine when used creatively. Creatively. So that is, those are some just ideas. So just, I would recommend for all of you that are trying to think about if this Higgsfield AI Canvas doing product replacements and all that would fit into your world somehow. Think about what you're currently uploading images of and pictures of on the internet, whether it be for your business, whether it be for fun, whether it be like, are you sending friends memes and stuff like that that are already pre-generated? This is where you could just take a couple minutes and generate your own stuff that's even just more entertaining and get people asking you like, well, how did you do that? So something I recommend doing is, if you have some ideas, I was going to say share your favorite replacement prompts in the chat right now if you're here live, and to tap the exact text that you would enter into Canvas and just share with us like the kinds of things that you're swapping in and out so we could see the most creative ideas. I think this will be more helpful on the comments after this video is live so people could actually see the different things that you all are doing. And I would be curious too, what type of like realistic swaps can you think of to make? You know, what kind of objects did you replace today? Or what kind of objects are you going to replace? And explain like how real it's going to look compared to the original. I would like to also see some funny and crazy prompt ideas. Cause I mean, I could spend, 5 minutes on ChatGPT and come up with ideas myself, but I rather hear what kind of stuff you guys all come up with. So do you want to just make these for like, just for laughs? Do you want to use it for business? For some of you that are watching this that might want to use it for business, let me know what kind of business you're in. We could even try some things out live if you want, because the whole idea with these live streams is just to have fun with it together and to just to reveal smart ways to use the tool. So like, you could even fix bad photos with swaps, and you could replace something that's missing in your shot, and just share like how you would use it practically. Again, if you're here in the chat, you could do it live, or if you're watching the recording of this, definitely do it. Let me know in the comments below, because any tips that you have can really help everyone else, and you could share prompts that others, would maybe want to try, and we can talk about why it works so well for you. We can help each other live. And Ruff, no problem. Thanks for being here. Safe travels, picking up the children, getting them to and from home. And I'm going to share just before you leave, and in all the rest of you that are here, something I'm going to jump ahead and share what I'm going to be sharing tomorrow. But then I'm also going to come back because I have some ideas I need to play around with anyway. So I'm just going to kind of work live a little bit, which I haven't really done yet. So I'm going to try that out. So tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream that I probably shouldn't be sharing, and I'm really nervous to do it. So I already queued it up on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see how you could get access to information that feels illegal to probably know, tomorrow's live stream is going to absolutely blow your mind, because I'm going to show you AI secrets that people are terrified to talk about. And I know that because I watch a lot of AI stuff on YouTube every day to see what's kind of trending just publicly. But then I see the stuff people are sharing with each other inside of AIville, which is like behind closed doors, and it is terrifying. This is why I actually was thinking about maybe I could make my face the Terrifier mask, because it is terrifying. And you're going to feel like you're just breaking the rules of using AI just by watching the live stream. And I want to show you really how AI unlocks what others say that you shouldn't know about or can't know about. This isn't going to be very surface level, like boring AI demos. Tomorrow, I'm going to share hidden tricks that you just can't find and won't find in other tutorials, and stuff that's just going to feel too powerful that should even be public. So I want you to imagine what kind of coming to tomorrow's live stream, what you would do with this type of knowledge that will be secretive, and knowing that you're going to have an edge with what I'm going to show you tomorrow that nobody else has, and tools that you can use together that will just make you really unstoppable in minutes. So that's what tomorrow's live stream party will all be about. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, or if you're watching a recording of this and this live stream happening right now was 3 months ago, I would still recommend subscribing right now if you haven't, because you can turn on notifications and YouTube will remind you whenever I go live. And when I start coming across things that are terrifying, and I want to start kind of sharing it. So, I mean, doing these little product photo swaps with my kids and stuff are fun, but then accessing information that feels illegal is also pretty darn interesting. So tomorrow's live stream is going to be a lot of dark secrets, and I don't know if the live stream will even stay live. YouTube might pull it down or flag it. I don't know. I've never pushed the envelope this far yet. So I know tomorrow's session for sure will be live only. I don't know if the recording will stay up, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave it up. But once it ends, the secrets could go with it, because I can't risk losing my YouTube channel to it. So I'd love for you to be in the room when hopefully history happens with kind of the stuff I'm going to be doing. So that's tomorrow's live stream. So if you're interested in that, even give me a like on this live stream now, so then I know when I revealed something like this towards the end, do you all like this kind of stuff? And would you like to see this kind of stuff or not? So, because I don't know what you all want to see. I just know I'm going to go live Monday through Friday every week. Even if I'm sick, I'll be showing up sick, and I'll just have my, medicine next to me instead of an energy drink. And I'll still be here, because when I sit at my computer and I'm trying to learn this kind of stuff, and it's so much more fun learning it with all of you than learning it just by myself, and then jumping into AIville and seeing what other people are doing. Like, I was just in the AIville AI image gallery and I noticed that people were actually doing just really fun, little product swaps that got my attention. And then that's what actually led me down to looking into, is product swaps a thing right now? And they're totally a thing. So, because a lot of people are messing with them here inside of AIville. So, Yeah, anytime that I see anything interesting, I will definitely queue up a I don't really have an agenda of live streams in the order that I'm gonna be doing them every day of the week, because I have definitely talking points that things that I gotta be working on anyway. I'm gonna go live and just kinda show you as I'm doing it, but when stuff like this comes up, like when I discovered what some people are sharing inside of AIville that feels illegal, I'm like, "Oh my god," that just kinda gets immediately bumped to the top of the list, and I have to share it with everybody. So anyway, that is what's going on tomorrow. And let me take a look at the chat really quick and see what you're all up to. And yeah, Wendy, she saw the invitation for tomorrow. That's another thing too and I saw Bill mention this also. What did Bill say? You can also repost an AIville. So that's what I'm doing. For those of you that are in AIville, if you haven't noticed, I will show you because it is really cool. If anything does get pulled from YouTube, I've got a secret little backup, and I just don't. Again, I don't think to talk about this kind of stuff, so I don't. But I'll get better at it. I promise. So when you go inside of AIville, if you go to the AI live streams, this is where right now you can see like I'm live right now talking about swapping objects with Higgsfield Canvas. So you can actually click in here and you can see the live stream within AIville. So you could watch the video here, and then you can kind of see what the video is about. And you can also see all the recordings. Well, the next live stream event is information that feels illegal. So I have it all queued up here. And then I've got all the information. This is all of the stuff that you're going to be learning. I'll read through in a second just to give you, for all of you that are just kind of hanging out, I'll give you a little update. And then you can click on pass and you can see all the past live streams that I've done. So the recordings will sit inside of AIville, and I'm going to have them transcribed and have a lot of really other cool things that inside of AIville you'll have access to, where, because on YouTube they don't have transcripts anymore. I don't know why they have like transcripts turned off. So if you want to see transcripts for anything, I'm going to give you all the transcripts to all my past live streams inside of AIville. But yeah, so tomorrow, some of the stuff that you're going to see is you're going to discover how to unlock hidden prompts that surface secrets in seconds, how to trigger AI to spill data that others can't access, how to expose private knowledge with one really strange command, how to force AIville to reveal answers that it actually tries to hide, how to tap a phrase that opens locked doors instantly, how to break resistance when AI refuses your request, how to collapse hours of research in seconds, how to pull details no search engine will ever show you. Just a lot of really crazy stuff. And I'm going to use cases talking about like government type stuff, also health related stuff, conspiracy related things. Like it's going to be a really controversial live stream tomorrow. But it's something I'm interested in. So instead of me just learning it on my own and applying it on my own, I want to share it with all of you. So let's see here. I see more of you are popping in, and yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow either. I wish I could just go live right now, but there's actually a couple things. I don't have it all prepared yet. I'm going to spend most of the day tomorrow during the day preparing it all. So when I go live tomorrow night, which is when that live stream is, I'm overly prepared. I'm going to have a lot of prompts to give all of you that are just going to be copy and paste. And I'll also give you another secret, since you're hanging out with me to the end of this live stream, is I'm working with my team, and we're building a tool to go along with this. So if anything ever gets, blocked or moderated or anything like that, or if we call it, like in the video game world, we call it nerfed. So like if you have, let's say in Fortnite, if you have a gun that's super powerful on a new update, and then all of a sudden Fortnite developers see it's a little overpowered, they come out with an update and they nerf the gun, which makes it less powerful. Well, we're working on a tool that I will have ready to show you on tomorrow's live stream, where you'll be able to use it and almost have get backdoor access to some things and prompts and stuff. If any of these LLMs happen to nerf this stuff and say it can't be possible, it can be possible. So that's the kind of stuff that we're doing, which is going to be really cool. But that's what I got for right now. And is the dark web. It's not the dark web, but it could be pretty darn close if you actually know how to prompt things a certain way. But does anyone have any questions? I always want to end this kind of stuff on, if you have questions about anything, let me know because I try to keep these live streams to around an hour, and I'm trying different times a day. Like you'll notice right now it's kind of later in the day. Tomorrow's even going to be later. Um, it'll be like I think I set it for 8 p.m. Central, and then this week I'm trying things later, and then next week I'm going to try things a lot earlier in the day, like mid morning, early afternoon, because I'm curious what's going to work best for all of you for times. And yeah, if any of you have any questions that you want me to answer, I'll go ahead and give you all a couple minutes, and I'll answer any questions that pop up. I did see questions come in over the weekend inside of AIville. There was there's a secret beta group that there's 100 members, and the very first 100 members of AIville were part of the secret beta group, and it's secret, so I can't talk too much about it. But one thing that has been brought up that I brought up early on was actually having like kind of like a backdoor referral program to AIville, because AIville is a lot of it's free, but then to get access to the tools, the prompts, we have characters, we have blueprints, we have things that we just can't make available to the public. That's the paid side of AIville, and we are in a kind of final stages right now of putting a referral program in place. So if any of you do discover things that you like and you want to invite like friends, you'll have so many invites that you can send out, and that's something we're working on. So I saw a lot of questions were coming through about this referral program, because I know a lot of you are also creating more short form content on the stuff that I'm making on YouTube right now, where everything's an hour plus long. You're taking some of the stuff, and then some of you are spinning up like these AI influencer faceless accounts on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and you're using some of this stuff on the faceless accounts, which is perfectly fine. I don't care. But the ones that are doing that, they're asking if there's referral links that they can kind of throw in, or like promo codes that they could actually make money from. And yeah, we are told we're doing that. So that was a big question that we were having. And yeah, thank you, Jessica. I'd love to apply for grants. I'll have to scroll up and see what you're talking about with regarding the grants. Bill says, yep, 6 p.m. for Arizona tomorrow. 10 a.m. It'll be 10 a.m. in Australia for Duncan. So okay, that's good to know. I never even thought about the time zones for all of you that are in different parts of the world. Like 8 p.m. my time, like what is that in the UK, and what is that in Australia? So I know that it's 10 a.m. Australia. Later is better for Wade. Same for me right now. You got it, Jessica. Yeah, I actually am going to come up with an actual prize that you all are the first person that calls out "Where's Waldo" in my live streams. I didn't have a prize ready for this one, and it was actually above me. Yeah, you're right. It is right here. So Where's Waldo is one of my favorite books and characters when I was a kid, and it was my COO's idea to get a Where's Waldo figure and kind of move it around in my office on every live stream. So yeah, it's there. So when I have the prizes set up, Jessica, you are one of one. You're actually gonna be the first one to get the prize for calling that out. And thanks by saying that I'm doing a great job, really into AI. And we're just getting started because I'm only a week into this, a little over a week now on YouTube. And it was a long time coming, but I didn't really know what to talk about. And now it's like, it's not really what to talk about. It is what is blowing my mind that people are doing with AI, and just sharing it with all of you in a very kind of unfiltered way, and just bringing you all together as a community every day of the week. And then for all of you that can like show up on the live chat, that's perfect, because then we can all connect with each other and talk to each other. And that's the whole point of me wanting to do these live, is I look at this as a community where we're all coming together instead of just me telling you what to do. Because I mean, you see, like there was a question came in earlier and I didn't know the answer, so I went to ChatGPT and we're trying to figure it out together. One thing I did want to mention, I mentioned earlier, but I didn't circle back to it, was if you want access to these tutorials that I put together for you that are inside of AIville, so pretty much all my notes to all of my live streams, you can always go inside of AIville, click on AI tutorials, and all of the tutorials are all right here for you. So right now, this one is how to swap any object in an image. So that's Higgsfield Canvas. Whenever I did a live stream about Perplexity Comment, the tutorial's there. To create videos with Sora's AI video generator, it's there. So I mean, we have tutorials on everything, uh, and things way before when I started going live. So every live stream, this is where the tutorials are. So you'll click on one of these, and it'll just take you directly to the tutorial. So when you see prompts that I'm copying and pasting out of my notes for the live streams, you have those right now immediately inside of AIville. And then all the tools are all in here. All your blueprints are all in here. All the characters, we're creating new characters to help you with things. They're all in here. All the past live streams, they're all in here. So everything is inside of AIville for you if you ever need to go back and get access to anything. And thanks, Wendy, by saying you're blessed to have me back. I'm blessed to be back. There's the last year has been very rocky in my life, which is like a lot of things going on, and unexpected deaths and really scary health things, and just all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it was definitely it was a long time coming for me to actually finally be back in my saddle, in my seat, and then trying to figure out what's the best way to come back, and instead of doing everything behind the curtain inside just private areas, coming out coming out on YouTube and going public, and something I've been wanting to do for 14 years. So this is me doing it. And yeah, it's terrifying as hell. So every breakthrough was once just a crazy idea. I agree. And then also every I feel like every crazy idea is a breakthrough too. So yeah, thank you all for being here. We just passed a little over an hour, so I'm going to wrap things up now. I'm going to get some rest, and then tomorrow, again, if you are interested in learning how to access information that feels legal to know using AI, that's what tomorrow's live stream is going to be about. And if you're watching the recording of this, and this live stream that I'm on right now happened a long time ago, still subscribe to this channel, especially if you watch this all the way to the end, because we would love to have you on the live stream, live chat in the community that we have. So thanks for everything, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.